Hello, this is Paul Bro Brookins, and welcome back to Let's Play King's Quest VI, Heir Today, Gone Tomorrow. That's the subtitle of the game, and it means we're the heir to the throne, and then we left. So now we're gone, and it's tomorrow. So that's why it's called that. So if you're familiar with adventure games, you know what to do. You basically wander around, collect items, and try to solve puzzles using those items and your wits. You have several tools at your disposal. At this point in the adventure game genre, we have the walk. You can walk places. You can touch things or take them with the finger. You can look at things. You can talk to people or things. You have an inventory and a settings. And then this is where the last item that you use will be. We haven't had any items, so we haven't used any, but that's where that will be. And you can also cycle through all those things with the right mouse button. I've decided, after a couple of attempts at making this video, that I don't like talking over the narrator. So I'm going to go ahead and be the narrator for this game. I'm going to go ahead and voice all the characters. So if you want to hear the actual voice acting, you can watch somebody else's video series. There's several out there that are nice, and I'll tell you about my favorite in the next video once I get a chance to look at them. I have watched several of them, and they're pretty good. But, you know, you listen to this Let's Play for my voice, so I'll go ahead and voice everything. So what you'll want to do probably in any given situation is look at things. You look at the beach here. Alexander is standing on a beach littered with debris from a shipwreck. A path leads north into the lush green island. An occasional breeze rustles the nearby foliage. Yeah, it looks pretty nice. Look at that animation. There's the animation here. You can look at the ocean. The ocean appears calm, but there's a dimpling pattern to the surface, which indicates an undertow. So, let's check it out. Oh, the ocean is not as calm as it appears. Underwater currents tug at Alexander's legs. So, in Sierra games, in some adventure games this is not true, but in Sierra games in particular, they like to kill you with death. They like to make you die a lot. So, they're actually pretty generous considering, because normally they wouldn't even warn you in past games, but they actually do warn you several times in this game. Yeah, the underwater tow is amazingly strong here. It pulls ferociously at Alexander's legs. Before Alexander can retreat, the current grabs his legs. The shifting sand vanishes from beneath his feet. Against his best efforts, he's dragged out to sea. Well, there he goes. The currents around the island pull Alexander under. As Alexander struggles to the surface for the third and last time, he finds himself wishing he paid more attention to the warning signs of an undertow. So yeah, you told us there was an undertow, so it's not really a warning necessarily. It was actually, there weren't signs, it was just telling us. So here's what happens when you die. Ticket, please. Next. So yeah, when you die, you see the screen a lot. There's a nice little pun. Nothing like getting swept off your feet. So, we'll see this screen a lot. This is where you go when you die. Skull Land with the skull people. If you hear that noise in the background, that's my cat. Me and my wife's cat, Prince Charming, which is embarrassing that he's called that, but that's what my wife named him. He's eating food. So let's restore. Look at this fancy save menu that the patched version of the game has. It's definitely not 1993 technology. They couldn't count that high back then. So let's look around a little bit.
The remains of Alexander's sailing ship lie dashed upon the distant shore.
Oh, I guess I saved it when we were doing speech. So let's try again. The remains of Alexander's sailing ship lie dashed upon the distant shore. So let's save that. Save over this one with the right settings. Let's go ahead and look around. We got a sparkling thing, which is always a good sign. Alexander's royal insignia ring lies abandoned on the sand. It must have slipped from his finger during the shipwreck. Fortunately, it was not lost in the sea. So, yeah, there's our ring. Let's go get that. Alexander picks up his royal insignia ring from the beach. And you hear a nice little ding-dong sound, which means you got points. We can look at our points in the settings. We've got 0, 1 points out of 231. Why is it 0, 1 instead of... I mean, if it was going to be 0, wouldn't it be 0, 0, 1? If they were going to... Because it goes up to hundreds. Or what? Just 1. That's confusing. Anyway, we have 1 point. Because we got that. So let's go in our inventory and check it out. And this is what our inventory looks like. We can look at things. We can touch them. What's it? Alexander is already wearing his ring, so I guess we're wearing it. You can take it to use with something else in the inventory. There's no point in using an object on itself. Oh, that's true. You can talk to the things. Reminiscing of his home is fine, but the ring is not a very good listener. Okay, that makes sense too. So you can do a lot of stuff to the things in your inventory. Alexander's ring is made of the purest gold and has the insignia of the royal family of Daventry on its face. It just looks like a D to me, but, you know, I guess they weren't very creative. It's just D for Daventry. I don't even know what their last names are. This is Alexander, his dad is Graham, but do they have last names? Must start with a D if they do. I would guess so. Anyway, let's look around some more. Rocks abound on this lush volcanic isle. I saw a volcano? I have not seen a volcano in this game ever, so it's maybe an inactive volcano. Somewhere buried under the... A long plank lies on the beach. No doubt it once belonged to Alexander's ship. Yeah, let's take the rock. Alexander has no need to carry around large rocks. I guess not. Well, I mean, there's lots of things you could use that for. You could put it maybe in the ocean so you could step a little bit further. But if the game tells you that there's no reason to, there is no reason to. Let's take this plank. Ooh, he's walking toward it. That means we must be able to take it. Now, Alexander pushes the plank to one side. Okay, we just moved it over. A box has been partially buried under the sand. Be-do-do. So we got a point. 1 point for moving the plank. So let's look at that. Alexander's treasure box lies partially buried in the sand. It must have washed ashore with the other ship debris. Okay. Let's get some treasure. That's pretty sweet. Why would you take a treasure box on a voyage across months of sailing? I guess if you run into people you need to trade for supplies. This treasure sucks. There's at least like a gold coin. Alexander takes the coin and leaves the rune box where it is. So let's check out that coin. Alexander is carrying a copper coin of Daventry. King Graham graces the front of the coin. King Graham's face is a D, I guess. That's what it shows at least. So it's a copper coin. It's a penny. I guess King Graham is like the Abraham Lincoln of Daventry. So this is what you can do. You can like try to combine items. Alexander doesn't want to do that to his royal insignia ring. Well, what if we tried the other way? There's no reason to use that on the Queen of Daventry. Okay, so yeah, that's what you do. You can sometimes combine things in your inventory, but there's no reason to combine those two things. So it looks like the only thing that we can do is go up this path. We can't go into the ocean. That kills us. And looks like... Can we go over here? Over there? No. Yeah, so let's just go up this path. Obviously, that's what we're meant to do. And into the world. Here's a nice little crossroads. I love this scene, by the way. This is like one of my favorite little paintings. We've got a little town over here. To the left, a small village seems to invite the weary traveler. Okay. And we've got, it's like sandy, like a sandy, like a little village in some kind of Arabic location over here, but then there's like lush green. This looks like medieval Europe. In the distance, the majestic castle shines in the sun. It's like Minecraft or something where they just change biomes instantly, like rock. There's sandy biome, and then you got a lush hill, plains biome or something. So, look, there's a hole. A hollow in the trunk of the old tree forms a perfect nesting place for wildlife. Let's get the stuff out of there. There's always stuff in the holes. Alexander examines the tree's hollow but finds nothing of interest. So there's never anything in here, just to let you know. They maybe just designed that as like a little point of interest that you might have put something in there at one point when they did the art, but decided not to. Just left it in the art. Let's go up to this castle. So this is the castle, and looks like we're coming up on a decent amount of time for this video. So in the next video we will examine the castle, we will see what these crazy guard things are, and we'll talk to some people. We'll actually accomplish some things in the game other than picking up stuff on the beach. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and go ahead and like the video and subscribe if you like what I'm doing, and comment if you have something to say to me. Otherwise, this is Paul Bo Brookins, and we will see you next time.